You already know what it is. Back at it again. Anime and beer. We talk about the latest manga, comics, anime, you name it. So crack open a cold one. Get ready to dive in. Boom. Telling you, splash.
I mean, we ain't really cracking, but we are splashing a
We
little
are
bit.
splash, little splish splash, little splish splash. Little
Today's video has been brought to
you buy. What did we
Wait,
get?
did you get this?
No, I got the Woodford. Pass me the Woodford. The Woodford Reserve. Drink responsibly.
Please, no underage drinking, please.
We don't condone it.
We are
adults.
over the age of 21.
We old as hell. But
So, I got that cracking going.
the title of this video is Woodford Reserve. No. The title of this video, guys, is My Hero Academia Chapter 322.
And random BS.
And random BS. Man, some of you may know, as you can tell.
Wait, is that the current? No, there was no chapter.
I was going to explain to them. As some of you know, the manga and a lot of the anime community was on hold because, well, the Olympics were in Japan. So a lot of your big sellers, a lot of your big names are going on a bi-weekly thing, or maybe it's supposed to come out Saturday, but it came out Monday, and things like that. So we kind of had to wait. We were expecting a chapter this weekend, but we got hung up. Got to wait a few more days for the 323 chapter. And, you know, this chapter is it's still continuing on the emotion. Our predictions were a little wrong with the fight. We expected a few things. One of the big ones that was kind of surfacing on social media was Class 1A versus Deku, which it was, but we expected more of a fight, not a rescue mission.
Right.
And, I mean, the biggest thing of this chapter specifically is Bakugo. Everyone's still explaining their emotions to Deku and explaining why he needs to come back to UA, and he's still telling them like he's going to put them in danger if he comes back. And it's a very emotional chapter. I mean, Deku looks like he's been like through hell and back.
It looks like he
has. He has.
The freaking. But see, here's the thing: is it just Japan, or is it the whole world going through this?
That's a big question. A lot of people are wondering. I think they mentioned it in the last chapter, not this one, but Japan is in ruins right now. And Japan, honestly, like their hero system is faltering. So, I mean, there is still predictions going around if America is going to help out with this. But as you know...
I think they put a call out for them as
well. And as you all know, there's legal reasons why we can't see certain superheroes, American superheroes for that matter, and other countries. But this chapter, man, I mean, what did you like most about it? I like that. I mean, we're gonna dive in snippet by snippet, but I really liked Bakugo in this chapter.
Same. It's just his face has gotten a lot kinder. The way he speaks has gotten a lot softer. Just huge for those who saying like My Hero doesn't have character development. You know,
that's the best.
Go eat a rotten apple because it has the best character development I've ever seen in an anime. And of course, there's going to be people in the comments, but you need to watch other anime. You must not watch anime.
Yeah,
and it's like, bro, opinions. Everybody has them.
Everybody has them, and we're not gonna go watch some Koru high school love story weird thing. I can't watch those love story animes. They cringe to me, and it's no disrespect, it's just a preference. But what we mean though, I guess a typical shonen anime or manga that's come out has never had a sensitive protagonist, and basically had an overly aggressive like right hand that's friends with the protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, with this going on, as you all know in the franchise, Bakugo is the reason why Deku is named Deku, and would call him that since he was a little kid. And a big thing with this chapter is they're closing in on catching him, and they circle him. And when they finally circle him and they capture him, you know, Kirishima's talking about it, and he's like, "Hey, I heard about you fighting the slime guy to save your best friend. It had to be you that I heard about.
Mm-hmm.
You've inspired all of us." And everybody's still explaining to Deku that he's the reason why they are the way they are. Their character development has grown, which is something great that you don't see a lot of. And with that, well, Bakugo, look what he's done for Bakugo. What I really loved, and we're going to insert this in, and we really got to, because they emphasize this when Bakugo finally zeroes in because in the previous chapter he says, I got a lot to say, but I can't say it right now, so I'm going to wait till it's my turn. Well, it was his turn finally. And everybody's crowded around Deku. They finally capture him. He kind of calms down for a minute, and actually he's like zombified. Like he's conscious but not there, but he is there. And the snippets that are going through the boxes, the freeze frames, it starts as them as little kids, middle school, UA in their first costumes to now, and it was really, really cool. He talks about getting stabbed by Shigaraki. He goes, I didn't get stabbed to, well, I think he said protect you, but he was like, I did it because I just did it. You always ran and jumped into anything like head first. You never were scared. And you always did everything like right. And I thought you were going to better than me. That's why I was so mean to you. And as it's closing out in this conversation with Bakugo, he turns and looks and he goes, Izuku. For the first time ever in the franchise that we know of, he calls him by his first name and not Deku. And he tells him, I'm sorry. And like right there, Deku collapses into Bakugo's arms. And closing out of like that whole resolve, the past users, they've already said like the only ones that are going to save him, and they're foreshadowing it. It was Bakugo. It's what we predicted. Bakugo helped calm him down and get him to finally like, okay, and like a sense of relief. And of course, he wakes up, I think, what was it, like a day later, 2 days later or something like that?
I think it was like a day later.
A day later, he wakes up and they're back at UA. And closing out on the chapter, I know there's a lot of little freeze frame things that we'll insert into the video, but it's really just everybody still explaining how Deku inspired them. If you want to check out more, definitely go read chapters 320 to 322, and like you'll see all of this, how they all explain who Deku is, and what he means to them.
Mm-hmm.
And a big thing too when they got back, I think Uraraka's about to go off, but the standard civilians that are bunkered down at UA, because UA is a fortress, they're like, that's the guy All For One's been looking for. We know it. The bystanders are still mad at the hero community, and they know that this is a problem that needs to be dealt with. And if we can't trust heroes, they're still mad. They're still outraged. And Uraraka is kind of like, we'll be here. We'll stand tall. Like, we'll protect you.
Yeah.
And that was the closing out. Is like the bystanders are like, screw him, kick him out. I mean, some of our predictions, guys, have definitely, with My Hero, I mean, the writer, Kuroshiki, I just said his name. The writer will insert there too. Is it on the back? I don't think it is.
Horikoshi.
Horikoshi. I just said his name too on the phone to you earlier. Horikoshi's doing a great job with this, because our predictions with My Hero has just been kind of like wrong. Like he's
flipping the script. It's like,
yeah,
it's like he knows.
He's M. Night Shyamalan and like the hell out of us. Like, what a twist!
I mean, well, we've been right so far. It's like now we're getting to the nitty gritty, and he's like, M. Night Shyamalan just nope.
with the anime catching up, the anime's not too far behind, man.
When they're getting to the villains,
the anime's finally kind of catching up. Just before the big war arc. Sorry, spoilers. And a lot of things going on, man. I guess, what do you predict? What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to, obviously they got to have a game plan. I think they're going to cut to the villains for a little bit as Deku's recuperating.
Yeah, I think so too. Because there's still a lot going on with Shigaraki and All For One. Because I think he's still trying to get the hang of Shigaraki's body. So we got to see where he's at when it comes to that. And figure out what everybody's doing on the side. It's just a lot. I think they are going to skip to the villains.
It's almost like, and if you guys notice, like our energy, it's not that it's down, like on this episode. It's more like we're calm because I think we're relieved that Deku's back at UA.
He's not freaking straining himself now. He can finally rest because
he passed me the Dr. Pepper. You're an angel sent from above. Go on.
Imagine what he can do now once that he's rested up, because everything he's just been doing is just on the fly.
And instinct alone.
And instinct.
And we still haven't seen the first user's quirk.
Did the first user even have a quirk?
No. The first passer on, or whatever you want to say.
Passer on.
The first one had a quirk. It was one for all.
But it was given to him by All For One.
Yeah. Semantics. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I mean, I don't know, because here we are, like, I think we got to see what the villains are doing to make a prediction. Yeah. I can't really, I mean, he's back at UA, he's going to get well rested. The heroes are going to bunker him down. Like, the Class 1A couldn't hold him down, but if you get, like, the top 5 heroes in the world, I mean, Hawks is still down, but if Best Jeanist and Endeavor got to do something, and they still haven't shown what happened when they walked up to the cabin and it exploded. How did they all get out of there? What happened?
Endeavor has fire absorption.
That would be dope.
That would be dope.
We talked about that in a previous video.
Or Todoroki extinguished the flames. Like mid-explosion. But
Todoroki wasn't with them, remember? Todoroki wasn't with them with that one.
He was looking for him, though.
I mean, dude, even Todoroki, who still has dual quirks, even Deku was blasting through that. I mean, and if you notice, too, Bakugo was the only one that didn't really, like, use his quirk in this whole manhunt to, like, try to fight him. He knew. He even said it. He's like, I know you're better than me. He had the Vegeta. He had the Vegeta moment. You're better than me, Kakarot. Like, he did that. That was this chapter. That's exactly what he did.
Character development. At this point, it's definitely wait and see.
It really is. I don't have anything. Like, I think all of our predictions have been bunked. But also, too, is like, there's a lot of questions still. We're still trying to figure out what the first user's quirk is. We're still trying to figure out where the villains are at. What are they doing? We got spoiled with Stain a few chapters back. I mean, but I will give Class 1A this. They've definitely been training hard. That whole montage of them, like, coming together and corresponding and getting together and, like, stationing, like, their teamwork is... Justice League ain't do that, dog. Justice League ain't do that.
Redemption for Starro.
Redemption for Star... I don't know, guys. You let us know in the comments if you guys want us to do a Suicide Squad review. It's getting a lot of good reviews, but it's also getting a lot of mixed reviews as well. Topic for another day.
Yeah.
And like I said, guys, we're not down or we're not like drunk or anything like that. It's just like this. We're kind of stumped.
Yeah. I mean, there's other things we could talk about, but it's not as exciting.
It's My Hero is the talk of the town right now.
One Piece is going off. You got Nico Robin. I really want to call. I saw your text messages. I've just been bad with replying. I don't think that was an awakening. I think that was just more of a technique. Well, it could have been an awakening. She making spoilers.
It'd be funny if you censor that, like, spoilers, and you censor that whole segment with, like, a beep, like, spoiler, she. You gotta do it now. You gotta do it now when we go to edit.
What'd she do?
What'd she do? Oh, Lord. But, I mean...
Gotta read the chapter.
Gotta read the chapter, for sure. I mean, I guess... Only two things I gotta ask My Hero, and you guys let us know your predictions in the comments if you're all caught up, or even if you're starting. Shout out to Craig Weaver. Craig Weaver's getting spoiled with the manga now, and he might start reading the manga.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't sit here and watch the show and just wouldn't know.
When it comes out once a year, and I mean, it's tough. It's tough to say you don't want to read the manga, but.
I actually got one of my coworkers, I got her to read the manga. But she was like, this is so beautiful. She was like, I can't read anymore. And it was for the simple fact, which I understood. She was like, what's happening? She's like, I need to visually see it. She was like, I want to read it, but it's just so visually appealing.
I go back and watch it. I go back and watch it because I want to see it adapted. Like, I want to see the anime, like, do it justice when it hits the screen. And that's just me personally. Like, yeah, it's insert the video of Long Beach Griffey manga versus anime watchers right in there, or go watch that video, and that's usually the argument. But I guess closing out, guys, let us know what you think's going to happen. This was a very emotional chapter. We got Deku back. Or excuse me, Izuku. We don't know what the villains are doing. I guess we gotta wait and see.
Yeah.
There's nothing. We're stumped. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. This chapter was definitely an emotional one. It definitely brought out a lot of character development. And I think, with that being said, I think My Hero is going to be one of the forefronts going into 2022. Going to be the one leading the reins on the horse, man. Shout out to Woodford Reserve and Kraken. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think in the comments down below. What you guys want to hear next from us. We've been debating. We've been doing pretty good on social media, letting you guys know like what comic books are picking up. You know, new anime dropping as well. What in the world is Crunchyroll and Funimation doing together, and how are they going to do with that? So we're trying to bring out new content for you guys, and we want to keep doing it. We basically just don't want to be manga readers and spoilers, but it does get our most views. Some of our most views are manga spoilers, but what can you do?
A lot of my comic book views comes from TikTok and not really, more so Instagram. I average about 10 likes per comic book that I post, but TikTok is really where people like really pay attention to the comic book content. So I'm trying to pick that up.
There you go.
I have like a whole stack of free comic book day comics and new comic book day stuff.
Absolutely.
Which again, you guys might get a 2-for-1 this week because new comic books are coming out tomorrow. So I might do a whole video on that tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. But hey,
or TikToks, whichever comes first.
You guys let us know. We'll catch you again. Sorry we had a week off. Super busy.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks.
Oh, Lord. Hey, life happens, though. But we're going to keep putting out content for you guys. Thank you to the fans that follow us. Thanks to all the homies in the group chat for creating this. We couldn't do it without you. Anime and beer. Get weird. We're out.